I'm interested in understanding music differently. I'm always trying to come up with new ways and searching for new ways to re understand music and music theory. Through new models, analogies, terms, and symbols, some of my aims are to understand music theory in a way that feels more intuitive and less coldly mathematical and academic, and also to have dedicated ways of conceptualizing and communicating about specific ideas that are sometimes hard to articulate with the current orthodox terms. I've already done a little bit of this reimagining and creating new theoretical models. Mind, body, spirit. What does that mean? Well, it means that we will label the three diminished chords with those terms. But unlike earth, wind, and fire, what term we use for a diminished will depend on what key we're in. But I'm always interested to see other people's ideas and get new lenses through which to see something you're already familiar with. You can check out my channel for some examples of what I mean, but also there are many things in music theory that I have not done this for yet. And that's where I'm asking for help. Conlangers, neographers, world builders, and other nerds with adjacent interests often have a creativity that I think would just be really cool here. The way a world builder might come up with a magic system for a story they're writing, or the lore for a culture within that world, or the way that natural phenomena might work on their fictional planet. The way neographers will come up with a script considering all manner of things like what the script will be used for, and who will be using it, and what tools will be used to write it. Same with conlangers, coming up with all sort of creative features that encode for all type of information in the language that they're inventing. To be honest, I don't think that it needs much explanation why these groups of people came to mind. In my experience, I've just seen a lot of inventiveness from people with these kinds of interests. Okay, anyway, now I want to explain a couple things that I would like help coming up with models, analogies, and terms for. Let's say we have a collection of 8 notes all together forming a scale. Then let's say we want to split that group of 8 notes into two equal groups of 4 notes. And as we play through the scale, we're alternating what group we're playing. What would you call those two groups? What interesting terms could you come up with to categorize them? Analogies that you can use to think about them, ways that you can represent them with different types of diagrams, and so on. Okay, how about another example? How about a pitch naming system? In a lot of the music that we often listen to, uh, we use 12 notes. And I think the pitch naming system is kind of clunky. We use 7 letters, but only some of them get alterations by having a sharp or flat. And so that means you can call a note by more than one name, like A flat is also G sharp. Why? Why do we do that? I think we could probably come up with something better, and that's not the only complaint I have about it. But anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts about what we could do to reimagine how we name the pitches. Okay, next thing, chord nomenclature system. There exists a way to name chords of 4 notes and even more than 4 notes, but like I said, I just think that the creativity of the groups that I mentioned before could just come up with lots of stuff that could be better, or maybe not even necessarily better, but just cool also, and would allow us to see these concepts a different way. What about things that might not necessarily be thought of as chords normally, but just any 4 note combination? Could we come up with a nomenclature system that nicely labels every four note combination that we can think of? How about a new model for how we think about key signatures and how we label those? Those are just some examples of things that I think would be cool to reimagine and have new ways to think about. But there are lots of other things. Anything is fair game, honestly. And like I said, you can check out my channel to get examples of how I've sort of done that in my own way. Um, and if you would like to contribute to this in some way, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please join my Discord server, which I will link in the description because I really look forward to doing this process with anyone who is interested. So, thank you.